This is my 9th year judging the formerly Tri-Nations, now 5 Nations wine competition, and to me it's the most important wine competition I judge in any year. It's important because we're looking at terrific wines, the absolute cream of the crop from New Zealand, Australia, South Africa, now Chile and Argentina, and that, from my perspective, gives me an idea of where New Zealand fits with other important wine producing countries, and it also tells me, it also shows me the state-of-the-art wines from those countries. So it's a double whammy that's really good stuff. From the winemaker's point of view, it's also important because it promotes their brand overseas, particularly if they do well. But just being invited to enter the competition is an achievement, a significant achievement in its own right. But it also lets them see how their wines fit with the wines of the world. We are at the bottom of the world, and it's easy to get your head thoroughly buried in the sand. So this is a good chance to extract head from sand and see what's going on and see how our wines relate to them. I think the addition of Chile and Argentina is fantastic. From my point of view, I like to see the best that those countries have to offer, and they're both very rapidly evolving and dynamic wine industries, so it's going to be nice to keep pace with that. New Zealand has, well, Australia won the first 6 years, and New Zealand has won the last 2, which is a good sign. We don't yet know, of course, who's going to win the 11th, but oh, sorry, the 10th, no, 9th, isn't it? This year's the 9th. But fingers crossed that we can do to the others what the All Blacks hopefully will be doing to their sporting teams in a few months' time. Probably the most notable development is the slowdown in expansion of vineyards with the surplus, happily temporary surplus of wine that's around. But I guess one of the most interesting things on the wine scene at late is the introduction of new varieties in a slightly more than experimental way. We've got Gruneveltlina's is the first one that springs to mind, but Arnaeus is another one, Italian varieties, Spanish varieties, Garnacho. We've got quite a lot happening, and not all of those seeds will reach fruition and produce necessarily great wine, but there's certainly some departures from the traditional styles that we've been making in the offing, I think.